Hey, what is going on, traders? What up, tycoons? Very excited for today's video. Going to give you an update on ticker symbol ALBT. This is Alliance Block. Going to break down why it recently fell 50%. If you watched my last video on Alliance Block, I actually gave you guys, the major signals and the major levels that we really needed to watch out for. Those are right here. These are what's known as the fib retracement levels. These are the three most common retracement levels: the 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8%. If you get a rejection at those levels, then that's a clear signal that the downtrend is in a continuation, and most likely we're going to head lower. Now, obviously, the entire crypto space has been badly hurt by FTX and SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. So that does have much to do with the negative catalyst. But one thing that I want everyone to learn and kind of take moving forward is that price action always precedes news. Okay. Whether you believe it or not, the price action is going to precede the news. And a lot of times news can be the catalyst that projects and, sends really a certain pattern or a certain signal to truly hit and take it to the next level. Okay. So that's what we're going to learn in this video. I'm going to teach you guys some very good technical analysis. You're going to learn how to use signals for buy entries and sell exits. Okay. Whether you want to short sell, that's up to you. But a lot of times people are just looking, into when to buy and then when they should be selling and, taking some profit or, protecting the trade with some risk management. All I ask you guys to do is subscribe to the channel if you're new. Smash the like button and we'll dive straight into it. So the very first thing that we'll touch on is a couple buy signals that you can use. Specifically, you want to pay attention to the RSI. That is your relative strength index. It's going to measure the relative strength of a token at its given price level, right? And what you do is you use this not only to look at the very common oversold and overbought levels, right? That's, typically what most people do, but you can look for divergences. So a divergence is when the price action of the token is doing something different than the relative strength index. Okay, so specifically, I have these ovals highlighted here, right? And there's some simple terms called lower lows and higher lows. So we have a low here, we have a lower low here, lower low here. Clearly, the token is in a downtrend, right? If we take a look at our relative strength index down here, we can see at this point, okay, we have a low right here. Then at this point right here, we have a higher low. And then at this point, we have another lower low, right? And we have a higher low as well. So we made three lower lows on the price action of ALBT, right, of Alliance Block, but we made three higher lows on the relative strength index, indicating that the relative strength was increasing as this token dropped. That's an indicator that you can use to see some possible bullish activity in the future. Now, no signal is 100% of the time going to work, but what works most efficiently is when you can combine signals, right? So what I mean by that is combining this right here. We have this chart pattern here known as a falling wedge, okay, indicated by those two trend lines. This is a bullish pattern, right? So, we get the initial bullish divergence, right? Okay, and we can take a look and see that there was a nice little bounce there, okay, and ended up popping over 50%. All right, that's a very good day trade, swing trade. If you're able to catch that move, that's very nice, okay? That's a very good trade. And you can never truly tell how much a move is going to be off of a divergence, but ultimately that was about a 50% move before we started dropping. Okay, we drop back down, and that's really when we form the wedge. Okay, and then we take this low and this higher low right here, and we create an even stronger divergence. All right, and then we see that we're at the bottom of this descending wedge. So we're respecting this trend line here. Okay, we're staying above this trend line as support. All right. And we see once we make that divergence right here and we test the bottom of this trend line, we get a very sharp move to the upside. Most trading, whether you believe it or not, in cryptocurrency and the stock market is done by algorithms. Okay, it's about 70% is a rough estimate. So, you have to start, trading and thinking like a bot. And these are some of the signals that they're using. Okay. So we see a massive green candlestick here on the daily chart, very huge. We get the breakout and close above the top of our trend line here, right? We come down and then we get the full breakout. And if you take a look, that ends up being a very massive move, okay? From the lows here, that initial breakout was 50% plus, and then we ended up running up over 180%. nearly 200% on that trade in a very short period of time. Okay, so that's what I mean by a combination of signals, right? We combined two things. Our first was the bullish divergence, okay, and then the second was the bullish chart pattern known as a falling wedge. So what we're doing now afterwards, and in the last video, I pretty much warned everybody, if we do not hold these three levels right here, okay, we are not going to continue the uptrend. All right. So what I mean specifically by that is we're taking our fib tool over here and we're tracking the move, the swing low up to the swing high right here. Okay. And so, typically you're going to come up, you're going to have a healthy retracement, and then you're going to continue your uptrend higher. If you break through these three most common retracement levels, that algos and other traders are looking at, then that's a huge signal that, okay, we may not have a continuation of the trend, right? So we're looking for the uptrend up here. We didn't get it. All right. And then we actually formed a head and shoulders. We have our left shoulder here, we have our head, we have our right shoulder here. So at this point, we're again combining signals, right? We're combining the head and shoulders pattern. This is a bearish chart pattern. And then we're combining the fact that, if we break below the 61.8% level, then we're going to get a sharp move to the downside and play out this head and shoulders pattern. Okay. So, that's two examples right there of us using multiple signals and combining signals together to give us a much stronger thesis, right? And really give us an edge. Trading, investing is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You have to be prepared and you have to bring the right weapons. Okay. You can't bring, a knife to a gunfight, and you really need to have as many weapons at your disposal as possible. Okay. That's what's really going to give you an edge. And these are some of the things that you can bring to the trading battleground. Okay. So hopefully you learned something. What we're going to do next, all right, is you can actually use the fibs as well to give yourself some, mathematically formulated price targets, either to the upside or the downside, right? So I have these in yellow because these are my retracement levels. So it's basically like, okay, caution here, right? Then here we have blue. This is basically our breakout. So if we break below this current level, our current low of 0.039, all right, we have two support levels to the downside where buyers may step in to either push the price back up, okay, and try to start a reversal, or what we'll see is we'll see it come down here, test to these levels, come back up, retest our original breakout level to the downside, right? And so we can come up, retest, and then ultimately push back down lower to our second bearish price target, which is going to be 0.0194. Okay, so that's a very dramatic drop to the downside. If we were to drop that much, that's a very significant drop, but we have two levels above there that we're really going to watch, right? So that would basically be almost another 50% drop. Am I saying that I think we're going to drop another 50%? No, what I'm doing is I'm basically giving you guys the levels and showing you guys how I got all of these levels. Okay. The title of this video is, why it dropped 50%, right? This right here was a 60% drop on ALBT that, combined with the news of FTX, you could have already seen the price action predicting and the patterns and the signals predicting where the price action was really going to take it. And the FTX catalyst really just was the the nail in the coffin that really finalized the patterns playing out, right? We had the head and shoulders, we broke the retracement levels, and boom, we dropped. Okay, so 0.039 is really our big support level right here. Okay, we want to maintain this level and continue to come back up here. All right, we're going to see if we're going to be able to break past these old support levels that we were looking at. They're now going to be resistance. So if we can break above these three levels, then we have a chance of creating a higher high, right? A high and then a higher high. And that's how you would start your reversal. Okay. Ultimately, if we just come back, right, and retrace to the upside and create a lower high, so we have a high and then a lower high, then we will be heading back to the downside. Okay. So hopefully you learned something new. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I do viewer requests every single week too. So if you like the technical analysis in this video, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section down below, letting me know, which ticker you would like me to analyze. I'll be happy to do that for you as soon as I can. And also, we do have a trading Discord. Okay. We have a crypto signals room. We have crypto breakouts room. And we also trade stocks and options as well. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're interested in any of that, then feel free to use the link in the description to join. If you use the code Zachly, like the channel name ZachlyTrades, you will get a discount on your membership. So yeah, just feel free to do that if that's something you're interested in. We have multiple admin members in there posting their analysis every day. We're giving intraday market updates, and really just letting you know what we're looking at. We have people in the Discord making $200 a day. We have people making $20,000 a day. Really, it's very encompassing to all budgets. You can trade with just a couple $100, or you can trade with $100,000 in the Discord. We treat everybody the same.